What's up, guys? Brian here again with another video to help you out with your warehouse gym, running it, getting started. Anyways, I have been receiving a ton of emails and comments, feedback, a bunch of questions. Keep them coming. Try and help you out the best that I can with the knowledge that I have. A lot of you still seem to be wondering how to get started. So a lot of questions coming in about equipment. Real quick, if I can just harp on one thing. This is the way that these videos are advice on how I did this. Like I said before in my first video, I wanted to run a debt-free business. I did not want to do this owing money to others. So I built this up very slowly, took a lot of patience. One thing I'm noticing, I was even listening to a podcast from the Barbell Business, and they were talking about leasing equipment. This seems to be the new thing. I receive a ton of Facebook hits and on my wall, things like that, emails of these different companies, big equipment companies, wanting to lease you equipment. Let me just tell you right now, leasing equipment is for suckers. Do not go down that route, okay? The thing is about leasing anything, whether it's equipment for a printing company or a small shop that you're running or a gym, you do not want to owe somebody on equipment that eventually you won't even own. The only way you're going to own it is if you buy yourself out of that contract. So do not go down that route. I received an email from a gentleman who he's just getting started. He was looking into getting a space to start training people. He didn't quite have a clientele built up, but he was mentioning maybe leasing equipment. And if I can just reiterate, do not go down that path. Like I said before, I don't believe in going into debt, but if you really want to get this started and you can't wait to build up that cash to buy equipment, then basically I would just go get yourself either a personal loan, a small personal loan, or a low interest rate credit card, and buy what you can afford to pay off within the next 2 to 3 months. But don't have that stuff hanging over your head. That's the worst thing you could do, because now you're not focused on your training, you're not focused on your coaching, you're focused on the dollars and the bills. And if you think it's stressful worrying about a car payment, think about if you've got a business and you're stressed about bringing in that money to pay those bills. So I'll get off of that subject. I had a few other emails about equipment. What type of equipment do they need to get started? How much should they spend on equipment? Look, this is all dependent on what you're doing. What I can give you, the best advice that I can give you is to go, and if you really need equipment, then go and buy something that will just get you by so that you can start getting clientele. Because with clientele comes cash, and with cash you can buy more equipment. So I set up behind me this barbell here, and this is just a 15-pound plate on each side, a 25-pound plate. I don't have, actually I can just show you. I'll just spin this around real quick. So I had these two 45-pound plates, and then these two kettlebells here, these two kettlebells here, and then these two kettlebells here. And that's basically all I had to get started with. You know, I did the best that I could with those pieces of equipment. So it made me program workouts around those pieces of equipment, made me do research on what I could do with those pieces of equipment, and really get creative. Now, I was training out of the back of my truck at that time. I would sometimes get, you know, a park full of maybe 15 people, and I was able to get through workouts with just those small pieces of equipment. And eventually I built it up. It goes faster than you think. But I just wanted to show you that you don't need much. The other thing is use things around you. Like I said before, look up Zach Evanesh. This guy, he's all about using what you have, and he'll show you workouts you can do with rocks, with old tires, anything that you can find, sandbags, just getting creative. The other thing too is look into body weight training. Body weight training is some of the best training around. There's a couple of books. Zach Evanesh, again, he's got a bunch of different things you can look up on his website. Also, there's a book out there called, I want to say it's called Jailhouse Strong, and it's all body weight workouts that guys are doing in jail and prison, things like that, and there's a ton of different workouts in there. So get creative, do some research, but again, don't get in your head about, I got to have all this equipment before I get started, or if I build it, they're going to come to me. No, get out there and do what you need to do, all right? That's your brain creating those walls, telling you if you don't have this piece of equipment, you can't get started. All right, guys? Hey, keep those emails coming, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to knock these out once a week if I can. I'm trying to get more training videos up there too. I'm gonna start getting into some mobility stuff to help you out. I'll even get into these body weight workouts to help you guys get started. And again, email me anytime. I try to get back to you guys as quick as I can. It's Thomason, Thomason, Brian, Brian, @gmail.com. And stay strong, guys.